Nobody can stop what has been destined. Call me King Kong, I've been beating my chest in. Taking over kingdoms east and to the west ends. This is only the beginning, can anyone stop me? No. Why? I'm king of the jungle. Jungle, jungle. I got the heart and the muscle. Muscle, muscle. I'm king of the jungle.
Welcome to the capital of Alberta. The Edmonton Bubble is home to the World Junior Hockey Championship for the next 2 weeks. Before the tournament officially kicks off Christmas Day, we have some World Junior warm-up games for you and a good one on tap here between the U.S. and Finland. And thanks so much for joining us. I'm Laura Dyken, joined alongside our analyst Craig Button, and expectations with these two teams always very high. A lot of talent will be on display here, and with plenty more on what to expect in this game, let's throw it over to the two calling all the action. Here's Ray Ferraro and Gord Miller.
The mental hopes of the United States last year ended in the quarterfinals, a 1-0 loss to the Finns, and Ray, for 8 players returning for the U.S., a chance now for revenge.
That tournament fell flat for them, and in a hurry. You mentioned the shutout loss that eliminated them in the tournament, and Cole Caulfield is one of those 8 returnees. The Montreal Canadiens first rounder who plays at the University of Wisconsin had a really quiet tournament, just 1 goal last year, and really wasn't a factor at all. He's changed his game a little bit, tried to expand it. He hunts the puck a little more. He doesn't wait so much on the outside. And they say that he's shooting the puck even better than last year. Cole Caulfield has to have a good tournament for the United States this year.
In a decade known as the 20-teens, these two nations won the most World Junior gold medals, 3 each.
Well, here's a name that might be familiar, Anton Lundell. We saw him in 2019 when the tournament was in Victoria and Vancouver. Missed last year because of injury, but Craig, he is back here in Edmonton, and he is the captain of this Finnish team.
Yeah, no surprise that he's the captain. He was also instrumental with the winning assist on the goal that led to the gold medal for Finland, and they certainly missed him last year. Anton Lundell is a player that's really complete in all areas of the game, offensively and defensively. I know myself, I questioned how good his offensive upside was. I'll tell you what, he is answering those questions playing in the SM Liga this year. He has lit it up offensively, and coming back to this tournament, he's excited, and there's no doubt in my mind that he's going to take all the offensive prowess he's demonstrated in the SM Liga and bring it here to a team for Finland that needs his offense.
Yeah.
And he's not the only guy, but he'll be the lead guy.
Kind of always what we've been seeing with Finland, the strength really in that defense and with goaltending, and the offense is going to have to step up as well. And Anton Lundell, no one better to do that and lead things off for the Finns. Well, let's reveal now our starting goaltenders for the game here this evening, and leading the way for the Americans, no surprise, it's Spencer Knight, only the 3rd U.S. goaltender to appear in 3 World Juniors. He'll be going up against Kari Piroinen of Finland. Well, we are ready for puck drop here in the Edmonton Bubble. It is the most wonderful time of the year. It's the U.S. and Finland in World Junior warm-up action on TSN.
Personal Capital wants to know, do you have a plan for your finances?
I have a plan for retirement.
For college savings.
For investing, I can see all of my accounts and my investments.
All my investments and more in one place.
I feel good about my finances. Finally.
Download the free Personal Capital app today. You can feel good about your finances, and Personal Capital is here to help. Visit personalcapital.com today.
I first noticed hair loss in my late 20s.
I did not think that I'd ever be able to grow my hair back. I thought there was nothing I could do about it.
Get your real hair back. Yes, your real hair. See results in as little as 4 months with the EXT Extreme Hair Therapy Program from Hair Club.
I saw the before and after pictures and was like, what?
Even UFC champion Forrest Griffin turned to Hair Club.
It's not unmasculine to want to look good and have your hair. I wish I'd come in a couple years ago, but I'm glad I came in when I did.
EXT is clinically proven to regrow your hair and slow further hair loss. Call in the next 5 minutes, and when you purchase Extreme Hair Therapy, you'll receive our Keratin Fiber Strand Builder absolutely free. You're going to love your hair club results. We're 100% committed to your satisfaction. Our CEO guarantees it. Call now for your free consultation and free Keratin Fiber Strand Builder with your Extreme Hair Therapy purchase.
Ideas come to all of us. Maybe not yet, but if we stop the noise, it could come even now. So if it has, bring it to life online. GoDaddy, start now.
The King's Return. Download now.
Are you kidding me? My goodness, what a goal!
Let's go, get the party started. You know how to get it going. I'm so fired up, I'm ready to go.
Oh, big hit!
I really feel like taking flight. I need you to get in line. 'Cause if we're gonna make it, we'll make it right.
We faced major challenges last season, but we also saw some pretty amazing hockey. Ovi garnered number 700, and Rene gathered his first. Draisaitl, Panarin, and McKinnon cemented their elite-level status with outstanding seasons. New trends were started, and fairy tale moments materialized. After some new adjustments, Tampa and their captain finally caught lightning in a cup. So much more is coming this new season, and we can't wait to show it to you.
Welcome to NHL Tonight. Good to be with you.
Welcome back to Edmonton and the World Junior Warm-Up. 2 days of pre-tournament competition leading up to the start of the tournament on Christmas Day. And tonight, it's the United States and Finland in a rematch of last year's quarterfinal won by the Finns 1-0. Referees are Fraser Lawrence and Mike Langen. Linesmen are Adam Harris and Kelsey Mahoney. One of the unusual features of these warm-up games is we'll get different referees and linesmen in every period because of course, they haven't had a chance to warm up either. Starting goaltender for Finland is Kari Pirinen. The 19-year-old is undrafted, played last year 1 game, got them against Kazakhstan, and for the United States, it is Spencer Knight, the 19-year-old from Darien, Connecticut, a first-round pick of the Florida Panthers in 2019, playing in his 3rd World Junior for the U.S. The head coach is Antti Pennanen, 41-year-old, first year as the head coach of the Finnish national junior team. And for the United States, Nate Lehman was an assistant in 07-09 for the United States. The head coach at Providence College was a national champion there in 2015. Extended rosters for this game tonight. Normally the World Junior teams bring 20 skaters and 3 goaltenders because of the COVID changes. Each team has 22 skaters and 3 goaltenders, and both teams are dressing 22 skaters tonight. Puck down to the U.S. zone. Henry Flynn throws that around. And back at the point is Ville Heinola, the Winnipeg first-round pick, got that through, and a rebound flashed on there by Finland's Rovi Järventie. Heinola is playing his 3rd World Junior for the Finns, member of the 2019 gold medal team. And a penalty coming to Team USA. Arthur Kaljev's going to go off. And so the Finns will get an early power play.
It's going to be a check from behind for Kaliev, who had 5 goals in the tournament last year.
USA number 28, 2 minutes for checking from behind and 10-minute misconduct.
And it's a 2 and 10. And, you know, Gord, we had talked a little bit about the excitement for these kids to get into a game for the first time for a lot of them in a long, long time. And Kaliev's now going to sit there for the next 12 minutes or so.
Kaliev hasn't played since mid-March. He plays for the Hamilton Bulldogs of the Ontario Hockey League, so hasn't played this year. Of course, their season was called off in mid-March last year, so a long wait to get back out, and now a long wait in the penalty box.
Brett Berard will serve the 2-minute minor for the United States.
So the Finns to the power play, brought up by Brad Lambert, one of the players to watch for Finland. Yes, for Finland. He's a 16-year-old eligible for the 2022 draft. His dad, Ross, a Canadian, spent 13 years playing in Europe. His uncle, Lane Lambert, a longtime assistant coach in the NHL with Barry Trotz. Stanley Cup winner a couple of years ago with the Washington Capitals on that staff. Lambert feeds it back across. Here is Parsonen. Juuso Parsonen. Down to the goal mouth he goes for Henry Nikkanen. Back for Parsonen. And Parsonen feeds that back to Niemela. Niemela takes a return pass, goes across. Parsonen, hard shot, scores! Juuso Parsonen, a power play goal, and the Finns take a 1-0 lead a minute and 26 seconds in.
Really good crisp puck movement by the Finns, and Parsonen's going to take the one-time pass and shoot it right through Spencer Knight. Nice toe drag by Niemela. He pulls the American penalty killer Matthew Boldy over to the left with him. That opens up room for Parsonen to step into this one-timer, and his shot goes straight through Spencer Knight, and the Finnish power play doesn't take very long at all to get on the board.
And Ray, you wonder, you know, the European teams have been playing together this year. They've had tournaments to play in, they've had training camps, they've had national team breaks during their schedule to be together. You wonder if the European teams won't have an advantage in the early going here, having played together.
I don't think there's any question, Gord. It seems almost like the round-robin portion is going to be an extended training camp for a lot of teams. While they'll be fighting for position, they have to find out who's ready to play, who can play, who can pick up their game in such a short period of time.
Brock Faber back to pick it up. An LA Kings second-round pick goes across to Ryan Johnson, who's an LA native. His dad, Craig, spent a decade in Southern California playing for the Kings and then the Anaheim Ducks.
One of my wingers, I think I sent him into player development. His dad could fly, absolutely fly.
Mikko Kokkonen, a returnee from last year's team, places back up. And the puck looks in the corner. Dug out there by Uhaka. And now chipped up by Matias Nantikivi. Long shooter off the end boards, picked up by Ino Viro. And Viro's pass is chipped out by the hulking centerman Samuel Helenius. Yes, the son of Sammy Helenius. The apple didn't fall far from that gigantic tree. His son is 6'6". His dad was the same height, a defenseman in the NHL for 6 years.
Samuel's a draft-eligible player this year.
Järventie turns and shoots, and Roba Järventie, an Ottawa second-round pick, put that high and wide. Now a point shot taken by Niemela. It's juggled, but Spencer Knight has it.
Well, Knight, not an easy start. Gets a power play goal against, and then a deflected shot that he has to handle. Good traffic in front of the net, and Knight's looking around. Nikkanen in front, and as he looks to his left, the Parsonen shot is hammered right through his legs, and the Finns get the 1-0 lead.
Spencer Knight had a tough debut in last year's World Junior Championship, gave up 5 to Canada. Now chipped in by Bobby Brink. Brink taken down. Parsonen from Niemela and Lambert is the scoring play on the power play for Team Finland. The Finns have 3 medals in the last 14 years at the World Junior Championship. They're all gold. 2014, 2016, and 2019 in Vancouver. Brisson plays it back to York. Cam York, a long shot. That's knocked away by Pyronen. First good scoring chance for the United States. Juuso Parsonen. The Finnish goal scorer feeds that down. Knight knocks it away. And Jake Sanderson, the Ottawa first-round pick, moves it ahead. His dad, Jeff, a longtime National Hockey League player, as the play is called offside at the American line.
Well, we've talked a little bit about Spencer Knight already here in the first couple of minutes, and we'll see Knight a lot in this tournament. First-round pick by the Florida Panthers in 2019. He's got all the earmarks of a franchise goaltender. It will be interesting that Devin Levi, who was Canada's starter tomorrow, is a 7th-round pick by the Florida Panthers in this year's draft. And somewhere down the line, you either end up as teammates or you start button heads looking for ice time in the organization.
Well, meantime, Sergei Bobrovsky's entering the second year of a 7-year deal. Knight, by the way, is not yet signed by the Panthers. And here is Sanderson with it. Rich Sanderson, a freshman at the University of North Dakota. Played some minor hockey in Calgary. He was a product of the U.S. National Team Development Program. He was the 2020 USA Hockey Junior Player of the Year. Turcotte plays it back in. Alex Turcotte looks in the corner for Sam Colangelo. That bounced away from him. And the puck back to center ice, picked up by Drew Hellison. Swinging back with it is Matthias Mentikivi, a Boston pick. In his first international tournament for Finland. Finns will open against Germany on Christmas Day. And the United States will close out Christmas night with a hotly anticipated game against Russia. Here's Alex Turcotte. Back to Zegras. Zegras in, shoots, and the save made by Perrin. Good dash here for Trevor Zegras, who led the tournament last year with 9 assists. Turcotte battling for it. Bounces down to Mentikivi, who plays it back to center ice. And here's Turcotte back with it. Turcotte got steamrolled to the line and is picked up by Hellison. Drew Hellison. Across to Zegras. Oh, what a pass. Cole Caulfield winds in. Caulfield spins and shoots. Perrin makes the save.
That's a good look from Zegras and a little bit of a glimpse of what Cole Caulfield does when he gets in the offensive zone. He holds the puck. He slithers around till he finds the shooting angle and gets a good shot on goal.
Now Caulfield in the forecheck has that moved away by Emil Viro. And Knight back out to play it. Leaves it there for Jackson Lacombe. 14 different U.S. states are represented on this American team. Here's Caulfield back with it. Over to Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Knocked down the line is Matthew Boldy. And the U.S. regroups. Back to pick it up is Brock Faber. Most of the American players, like the Canadians, have only played a handful of games, if at all, this year. As that shot taken there by Bobby Brink was blocked. And Brink picks up the loose puck in the corner. Feeds it back in front. And that was tapped wide by John Farinacci. Now the Finns break out 3-on-2. In comes Lambert with it. Lambert winds in, drops it back, and a quick shot there. Taken by Ronnie Hirvonen, and it's turned away by Knight.
There's no easing into this one. This is a pretty good pace here for these teams who have been just like everyone else in this tournament, chomping at the bit to get going.
Got loose along the boards. Battling for there is Putia. Michael Putia had that knocked down. There's Patrick Moynihan after it. And Moynihan tries to dig it free. Centering pass bounced away from Brett Berard. And now brought back to center ice by Putia. Bouncing puck goes back in the corner. The pass for Putia just missed. Moving in for the loose puck was Aku Ratti. That bounced away from him. Last year the Finns had Aku and Atu Ratti, the brothers playing on the team. Atu, the younger of the two, was cut this year.
He played good as an underager last year. Under a little bit of stress with the injury to Anton Lundell, the Finns were short at center, and the younger Ratti did a really nice job.
Aku Ratti with the shot, steered away easily by Knight. And York has it back. Cam York wearing the captain's C tonight. As Berard moves in, that goes wide. And here is Ratti back with it. Arizona 5th round pick. Ratti winds his way in. It was a hammer blow for the Finns last year to lose Anton Lundell. He was so good for them in their gold medal win in 2019. And behind the play, Zegras is knocked down. He's shaken up. And he's slow to get to his feet. And Zegras limping as he goes back to the American bench. That would be a terrible development for Team USA. As he limps off.
Well, that's not anything that the United States is comfortable with. They're thin up the middle as it is, with the loss of John Beecher and Thomas Bordeleau, who were ineligible after testing. Beecher tested positive for COVID. Bordeleau was his roommate and was out as a result. And here's this play. It's a little push, and Zegras is going to get tied up, and you see his right knee goes into the boards. No way to protect himself. It seems like he's all right as he stays on the U.S. bench.
That was Lundell who put him in. Final rosters are named for this tournament on Christmas Eve. So if someone does get hurt in a warm-up game, they can be replaced. Someone can be brought in, but they would have to quarantine, depending where they came from for how long.
The U.S. doesn't have any more forwards. They lost those 2 right before the tournament, and they ended up with 13 forwards and 9 defensemen on this roster.
Matthew Beniers winds in. Beniers, the youngest player on this American team, throws it back in the corner for Matthew Bolden. Back at the point is Lacombe. Lacombe, a centering pass. And Boldy taps it back, but back at center ice, Ryan Johnson has to regroup.
Oh, what a nice move that was.
He can fly too. Drops it back for Boldy. For Johnson, he knocks it back down. And the shot by Farinacci is gloved by Pirinen. You're watching pre-tournament action for the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship.
This World Junior Championship telecast is fueled by Gatorade, the proven sports fuel.
Why do I love college hockey? That's why I love college hockey.
Sick of spam call blocking that doesn't work? Introducing RoboKiller. RoboKiller eliminates 99% of unwanted calls, so you can live your life spam call free. Download RoboKiller today.
Be sure to follow NHL Network on all your favorite social platforms.
Here's Ryan Johnson, a Buffalo Sabres first rounder who plays at Minnesota in the NCAA. You see him start that rush to Turcotte. Here's Zegras with a scoring chance. All started off with a breakout of Ryan Johnson. Watch this skating. A little pivot, an open up, and into the zone. And the United States is going to get another scoring chance off of the footwork of Ryan Johnson.
He's a defenseman unlike his dad. His dad played for Team USA in the 91 World Junior Championship, the 94 Olympics as well. And quickly gloves that and hangs on for a faceoff.
One of the things I think we're going to find in this tournament, Gord, with no fans here, is you can hear everything that's going on. Nate Lehman was talking to his players at the commercial break, saying, we're playing real hockey now. When there's a turnover, stop on it. Get to the puck, move the puck. And it's funny, you know, you can practice and do all these short little games as much as you want, but when the other guys are wearing a different sweater, the pace picks up, and he wants his team to get up to speed.
Johnson takes down Brad Lambert in the corner. Lambert digging for it. It bounced off the official. And now Lambert digging back for it. Loose in the corner, picked up by Johnson. Slides it ahead to Faber. Rink wide he goes for Brink. And that pass was off the stick back behind the goal. Digging it out is Brendan Brisson, the son of former Quebec League player and prominent player agent Pat Brisson.
Probably known more as being an agent than a former player, right?
Yes. Well, not every player in this tournament had Sidney Crosby come to his 16th birthday party, so one of Pat Brisson's clients. Now picked up by Nikkanen, Henry Nikkanen. Leaves the puck in behind the goal for Matthias Rajaniemi. And the Finns will slowly bring it out. Clevin has that bounce off his skate. Putia got taken out along the sideboards, and a Moynihan trying to move it ahead, but Putia picked up the loose puck. Rajaniemi lays it back down. Clevin goes back. And Tyler Clevin, Ottawa's second-round pick, moves it back down to the finish zone, and swinging back is Ruben Rafkin. He gets crunched in behind the boards, and a forecheck by Brett Berard. Bouncing puck in front, just missed Alex Turcotte. And Turcotte got clipped with a high stick from Rocky. Penalty coming out of Finland.
There's good news for the U.S. is that Zegras back on the ice.
Henry Thrun with the extra skater on for the U.S. Peels back, and here's Zegras with it. 9th overall pick to Anaheim in the 2019 draft. Zegras had that knocked away. The play's offside. Now the United States will go to the power play with 8:16 to go in the first period. 1-0 Finland leads here in Edmonton.
We've been friends for 7 years. I'm not that skilled in the world of cooking.
Today, you are going to become a cook.
So how do we do it?
Let's just follow the directions.
Not only do they give you the ingredients, tell you how to make it, but they portion everything out.
It's taking out all the stress of it. Do this move, it kind of looks like you know what you're doing. It's like a life hack.
I can't believe we made this.
It's really good.
Every night, cooking.
That's a new you.
Yeah.
Hit refresh with HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com and use code TV10 for 10 free meals, including free shipping.
Something big is coming to this small town.
Big? Not that big.
The boys of Mystery Alaska rival any team in the National Hockey League.
I come bearing the New York Rangers.
The New York Rangers?
To play against our boys.
Now, they'll have to get ready for the game of their lives.
I'm loving these kids. I want to adopt them.
Starring Russell Crowe, Hank Azaria, Burt Reynolds, and Little Richard. Mystery Alaska, Thursday, 7 Eastern on NHL Network.
The United States will get their first power play as Akurati is in the penalty box for high-sticking Turcotte here as Turcotte goes to the puck. The stick comes up from Ratty and catches Alex Turcotte just under the visor. So the U.S. gets their first power play. They'll try to match the power play goal the Finns scored inside of 2 minutes in this game.
And the story of that quarterfinal game, Ray, the loss for the U.S. against the Finns was the power play's inability to break through.
And a power play that is dangerous. And
here's York across the top of it. Takes the return pass to Kaliev.
Kaliev can shoot it. An absolute bomb.
Now walking right in front is Matthew Boldy who flipped that wide. Here's York back with it. York to Kaliev. Brings it back to Zegras, a long shot. That was blocked and shot down the ice by Billy Heinola.
Interesting setup. Last year they had Zegras at the top of the circles in the bumper position. He led the tournament with 9 assists. This year they've got Cole Caulfield in the middle, more involved in the power play than he was last year.
Boldy back on it. York goes in deep. That was knocked away by Mikko Kokkonen. Now Kaliev feeds it down to Boldy. Back for Kaliev. Has room. In shoots. Hit the side of the goalpost. Kaliev has it back for York. York swings across. Zegras a centering pass for Caulfield. The stick was tied up by Kokkonen. Zegras back to York along wrist shot. And through the traffic, Pirinen makes the save.
Good stop from Pirinen is Cam York, who will run this U.S. power play, takes the point shot. Watch this play from Matthew Boldy. Minnesota Wild first rounder. He's below the goal line. When it comes back, he's going to spin through this to the dark side of the ice. There's nothing below him. There's nowhere to go, but when he spins, now his stick goes from the goal line to about 5 feet in front of it. He just misses on the far side. It's a pretty nifty play for Boldy to make.
Face off one, the long point shot taken there by Bobby Brink. Deflected, and Pirinen makes the glove save.
The United States will use 8 forwards on their power play, 4 forwards on each group. There was Brink, who was able to get the one-timer, didn't get much on it, and Pirinen was able to make a pretty easy glove save. You mentioned Gordy played 1 game in the tournament last year, a 7-1 win over Kazakhstan.
Sanderson feeds to the corners and a hard shot by Brasalis, hammered wide. Brink trying to take it free. The Philadelphia Flyers second-round pick. Had that knocked away, and Knight is back to pick it up. Turcotte takes a hard bump there from Kalenius. And now Brink winds his way in. Brink got spun around, and the puck stolen by Mantekivi, who sends it down the ice. And Knight being watched there, almost lost it to Kalenius with the long reach. He's 6'6", 183 pounds.
He's going to be a big man when he fills out.
Well, like we said, his dad was a looming presence for a long time in the NHL.
155 games in the NHL.
2 shots for the U.S. on that power play. Remains 1-0 Finland. Finns scored in a power play a minute and a half into this first period. And now Johnson Spins it back across and takes the return pass. Farinacci. Farinacci goes hunting for it. And Moynihan tries to dig it free. Still loose. Diving for it was Landon Slaggert. That rolled away from him. And now the Finns break up 4 wide. Hokanen fires it in off the end boards. And Simon Teivel just missed on that. Simon Teivel loose behind the American net. A centering pass that's knocked away by Moynihan. Now scoop back up. And long shot taken there by Lundell. That was deflected wide by Knight. And now they're going to call a trip here against the Finns. Lundell will go off, and the U.S. is going back to the power play.
Come on! You know the answer. You studied for this. Come on. Timmy! Come on, Timmy. You got this, son. Pencil to paper. Focus. Come on, Timmy. Focus. Focus. Take the puck. There you go. Skate. Skate. Pass it. You call that a pass? What are you doing? You missed the puck. Come on.
All I can say is absolutely wow. What a pass and what a goal! Wow, incredible goaltending! He scores! Unbelievable!
All the news, scores, stats, and highlights. If it's hockey, it's here. The official app of the NHL.
Anton Lundell back to the penalty box. A high sticking penalty before. Now a hooking call as he gets his stick tied up with Patrick Moynihan. The U.S. had 2 shots in their first power play. Shot 7-7 in this first period.
Lundell's a Florida first-round pick, 12th overall, and he is a terrific young prospect for them.
Has had an outstanding start to his season playing in the Finnish Elite League. Had 12 goals in 17 games before he left for the Finnish World Junior Tournament.
Knocked out of the line by Caulfield. Great job by him across to Zegras. The return pass tipped in front by Boldy. And Kiernan makes the stop. The U.S. had 2 shots on goal in the last power play. Zegras to Boldy. Back to that pass. Handcuffed Kaliev. Couldn't get it away. Kaliev back out after spending over 10 minutes in the penalty box, serving his 2-minute minor, which was shortened by the power play goal, and the 10-minute misconduct. Caulfield down to Zegras, to York. Kaliev back to York. Kaliev feeds it down to Boldy. Back for Kaliev, a quick shot, Kiernan save. Rebound, tap wide by Caulfield. Zegras. Let that pass go off the skate, now held at the point by York. York feeds across, Zegras back with it. Centering pass for Caulfield, a hard shot. And the save is made by Kiernan.
Well, Caulfield with a couple of scoring chances, 1 on a rebound, 1 on the pass from Zegras. Boldy's going to start with this to go to Kaliev. There's the one-timer. It's Caulfield trying to lean on the rebounder. He ends up cueing it wide. And here he'll make himself available. He doesn't quite get out high enough, so he's got to stop, pivot, and shoot that pass from Zegras. If he takes one more step to his right, he's going to be able to one-time it, and he won't get bothered by that back penalty killing.
Finns win the draw and send it down the ice. Finns won the last men's world championship.
When was that?
2019 tournament.
I know, doesn't it just all seem like the calendar's been turned on its ear?
Here's Sanderson. Plays it back in the corner for Brisson. Sanderson. Back to Brisson. Freshman at Michigan. Feeds that down. Walking out is Turcotte with a chance. And Kiernan makes a stop on that. Here's Lacombe with it. Lacombe feeds it back across. Brisson with a chance. And a glove save by Pyronen.
Yeah, it's been a sharp start for Kari Pyronen. 10 stops on the period for him, and here Brendan Brisson is going to take a nice crisp pass across the seam from Jackson Lacombe, but he can't quite get it into the spot to one-time it. As he stops it, that gives Pyronen plenty of time to get across the ice to make the glove stop. 5 power play shots for the U.S. They moved the puck pretty well on that on their two-man advantages. It's been a good period of hockey.
Sanderson knocks it down behind the goal. 5th overall by Ottawa in the last NHL draft. Ottawa had 2 picks in the top 5. Took Tim Stützle of Germany, 3rd overall. Now, Levin walked in. That was knocked away from him and played back to center ice where Drew Hellison's back to pick it up. Chipped in by San Colangelo. And falling behind the play was Matthew Beniers. Robbie Jorventi plays it back to center ice in a battle for it there. And the loose puck picked up by Beniers. Eligible for the 2021 NHL draft is Matthew Beniers. Now Colangelo to Beniers. Up ahead to Berard. Picked up a quick chance there for Beniers. And Kiernan got a piece of that. Colangelo got spun around. A penalty coming up. And the U.S. is going back to the power play, as a kneeing penalty will be called against the Finns. And Emil Viro will go off.
Well, they're getting their penalty killers a workout here. As there's the penalty as Viro
Finland
gets...
minor, number 6, 2 minutes knee.
He gets his left leg extended. The Detroit 3rd rounder takes a penalty, and for the 3rd straight time, the U.S. back to the power play.
Red Wings have 7 prospects playing in this World Junior, with a potential for 4 more. 3 tested positive for COVID, couldn't come, and another decided to play over in Europe.
That's Moritz Seider, who is having a heck of a season in Europe. Oh, there's another one.
Caulfield hit with a high stick, and another penalty coming to Finland. So a 5-on-3 coming now for 1 minute and 53 seconds here late in the first period.
Wait to see if it's a 2 or a 4. I believe it's just 2.
Finland penalty, number 19, 2 minutes, high sticking.
There's the penalty as
Terry Pohaka will go off. And so you talked about getting a chance to practice the power play. Well,
now we'll roll out the 5-on-3 and see what the U.S. does here on this.
Off the draw, the line is held by Caulfield. Back to York. York across to Zegras. York, Zegras winds and fires. Kiernan save, and he gloves the rebound with Boldy in there digging.
Kieran's been on it tonight in this first period here. Has been challenged on the power play. That's 6 shots on this power play. A little give and go between York and Zegras. And Zegras' one-timer is stopped. But when the one-timer comes like that, there's no traffic. And Kieran can lock into it.
York across to Caulfield. The Americans have the last 10 shots in the period. York to Caulfield. Caulfield down to York.
Nataliev in the middle. He can really shoot it here on the 5-on-3. He can one-time this.
Caulfield to Boldy. Now Boldy at the goal line. Back to Caulfield. Feeds it back. Zegras across he goes. York to Zegras. Back across Caulfield. The one-time shot. Kiernan got a piece of that. Kokkonen taking it hard. And now Zegras with it. Winds in. Caulfield wins possession. Feeds it down the centering pass to Zegras. In, shoots. That was blocked by Kokkonen. And the puck goes over the glass and out of play.
That's a great block by Kokkonen. He was shoved into the boards earlier in the shift. He had to get up, get himself back into position, and he reads this play. And the real key to this is not leaving his feet too early, or otherwise you're down basically another half a player. But Kokkonen stays up on his feet till the shot is delivered by Zegras, and the Toronto Maple Leaf 3rd rounder from 2019, who had a couple of goals in last year's World Junior, was able to make the block.
53 seconds to go in the first Finnish penalty. 1 minute remaining now in the period. And here is Zegras. Works it back to York. And that pass disrupted there by Lundell. Zegras feeds it across. There's Kaliev unloads and ripped it wide. Zegras. Kaliev teed up again. Feeds it back to Zegras. Now Caulfield a chance, and Kiernan got a glove on that.
Kaliev and Caulfield are not shy here to shoot this one-timer.
Zegers to York, back across. Zegers pounded it wide.
Gord saw this in the first game. It was Austria and Switzerland, but a 5-on-3 that missed the net 3 times. That puck's got to get on the net.
Boldy feeds it back to Zegers. Across the Caulfield, collided there with York. And now York has it back. 10 seconds to go in the first finish penalty. Kaliev feeds it across. York across to Zegers with a hard shot. Mirna makes a stop. Now Boldy throws it back in front. Kaliev shoots, scores! Not a rocket from Arthur Kaliev, but it gets the job done. And with 5 seconds to go in the first period, the game is tied. And that's a 5-on-4 goal, so the teams are back to even strength.
Well, not the one-timer that he'd missed the net on. Arthur Kaliev is going to show off his delivery of the puck here. This pass is going to catch him from behind on his back foot. Matthew Boldy's going to hang on to the puck and find Kaliev in the slot. And you see him kind of stumble a little bit. His feet get really tight together. But he's so strong, he can sweep this through the 5-hole of Pirinen. And Kaliev, who had 5 tallies in last year's tournament, gets one in the warm-up game here, and it's 1-1.
Scored 44 goals in 57 games last year for Hamilton in the American League. And a collision in front of the American bench as the horn sounds. Moynihan in there with Hellenius. And so, some ill will on the opening day of pre-tournament competition. 1-1 the score after the opening 20 minutes. Our first admission coming up. You're watching the World Junior Warm-Up for the 2021 tournament here in Edmonton.
We're talking the stars in the future.
The future, your favorite team is on display.
Russia takes on Canada in pre-tournament action. Wednesday, 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
Elite troops, not just armies. They are here. The day has come. The King's Return. Download now.
Personal Capital wants to know, are you worried about the state of the world? How about your retirement? It's time to get a plan. Download award-winning, free professional-grade tools and take control of your financial future with Personal Capital. See if you're on track for retirement success and get financial confidence. Are you ready to take control? Join millions of others and download free financial tools today at personalcapital.com.
Hockey fans are gearing up at NHLShop.com, the official online store of the National Hockey League, and the largest assortment of NHL fan gear anywhere, with unique one-of-a-kind designs by fanatics and authentic fan gear, the latest styles from every NHL team and all the players you love. Don't wait, shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a fanatics experience.
Can your kitchen knife do this? How about this? Well, now it can. Inspired by the hit TV show Forged in Fire, is a once-in-a-lifetime knife. So sharp and so strong, it will cut everything in your kitchen, frozen or fresh. Forged in Fire's knives, surgical steel construction, and razor-sharp edge literally shatters the competition, so you can fillet your fish. Its professional handle won't slip, even chopping this frozen solid block of ice. And that torture won't dull its precision sharpness. Now you can get the Forged in Fire chef's knife for the low, low price of only $29.95. And when you order now, you'll get the Forged in Fire paring knife absolutely free. Order a second set of knives right now, and we'll give you free shipping on the entire order. And all Forged in Fire knives come with our 50-year guarantee. But you must order now.
Call 1-800-822-1849. 1-800-822-1849.
Hey everybody, I'm Garnet Hathaway from the Washington Capitals.
Join me on a special holiday edition of Skates and Plates.
We'll be cooking up a classic meal to warm you up for the holiday season. Let's just pretend we're on the same line.
See you in the kitchen.
We faced major challenges last season, but we also saw some pretty amazing hockey. Ovi garnered number 700, and Rene gathered his first. Draisaitl, Panarin, and McKinnon cemented their elite-level status with outstanding seasons. New trends were started, and fairy tale moments materialized. After some new adjustments, Tampa and their captain finally caught lightning in a cup. So much more is coming this new season, and we can't wait to show it to you.
Welcome to NHL Tonight. Good to be with you.
Nightly highlights, live games, and insightful analysis. This is NHL Network.
Tangerine Raptors basketball tips off tomorrow with regular season action as the Pelicans go up against the Raptors. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, right here on TSN. Well, what a first period that was between Finland and the U.S. Thanks for joining us here. Craig and Laura back with you once again. And, we're talking about rust and nerves. That was pure adrenaline, pure excitement out of that. And we had action right off the hop.
Yeah, interestingly, it all starts with a penalty by Arthur Kaliev. And, it's one of those things that coaches are always trying to impress on their players. You know what? Be careful when you're skating behind a player, because you can only get yourself in trouble when you extend your arms, and that's exactly what happened with Kaliev. And now Finland quickly gets a power play early in the game, gets a chance to handle the puck. Niemela, the Toronto Maple Leafs draft pick, makes a real nice pass over to Parssinen, and it goes right between the legs of Spencer Knight along the ice. But, there's always an opportunity for redemption, and now Arthur Kaliev, he gets an opportunity on the power play, and a power play that was really, really dangerous for Team USA with respect to getting lots of good looks. And they had a lot of opportunities to get some goals, but Arthur Kaliev, he makes no mistake about it. So that's the way to get redemption. And Ray Ferraro talked about it at the beginning of the game about Cole Caulfield. Arthur Kaliev and Cole Caulfield were two of the very best goal scorers in the 2019 draft. Try dealing with them on a 5-on-3 power play. They are both dangerous.
It was after those first 2 minutes, everything tilted definitely towards the U.S.'s direction, and finally coming through on the power play there with just 5 seconds to go in the period. Well, we were talking about Cole Caulfield. Let's hear from him now. Here he is with Ryan Rishaug.
Cole, in one of the commercial breaks, we could hear your head coach talking to you guys about how this is for real now, and you got to finish plays and play things right through. I wonder, after quarantine and practice against each other for so long, if it takes a little bit to get back into that game mode.
Yeah, of course it's going to take a while. It's our first game for most of us in about 9 months. So, we just try to get into it early, short shifts, and play the right way.
You have an opportunity on the power play. The team ends up getting one. Maybe just talk about the importance of working those kinks out in this kind of a game before the tournament starts.
Yeah, every game's important. We're taking this one, just like a normal game. So I think we're preparing for the next one. But at the same time, we got to take advantage of this game and use it to the best of our ability.
How are you feeling coming in this year? You've been through this before, and how do you feel about the role you want to play?
I feel good. Coming back after last year, you take what you learned from it, and again, just be the best player you can be every time you step on the ice.
Thanks, Cole.
Thank you.
And some sad news to report to now. USA Hockey Administrator Art Berglund passed away this past Saturday at 80 years old. He worked with the organization mostly as a GM for parts of 5 decades and was on the staff of over 30 U.S. hockey teams, including 8 national junior teams and 6 Olympic hockey teams as well. He has been inducted into the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame as well as the IIHF Hall of Fame, and he was a huge influence not only on American hockey but in the international game as well. Our condolences go out to his family. And named its starting goaltender for tomorrow's warm-up versus Russia. We'll check in with Team Canada right after the break.
Why do I love college hockey? That's why I love college hockey.
Our new house is amazing.
Great street, huge yard.
There is a bit of an issue with our neighbor's fencing. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Which helps us save even more.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Peter.
Touche.
What?
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
At Chewy, we know the only thing that changes when bringing home a new pet is everything. And we're here with everything to help you on that journey. Whether it's finding the perfect bed for a new friend or giving them something personal to welcome them to the family. We can even help you find the perfect treat or food that makes you both smile. Chewy's got toys, treats, prescriptions, all the things you need to celebrate your new friend, delivered right to your door. Save on all your pet essentials. Visit Chewy.com today.
Absolutely wow. What a pass and what a goal. Whoa, incredible goaltending. He scores! Unbelievable!
All the news, scores, stats, and highlights. If it's hockey, it's here. The official app of the NHL.
Sick of spam call blocking that doesn't work? Introducing RoboKiller. RoboKiller eliminates 99% of unwanted calls, so you can live your life spam call free. Download RoboKiller today.
By the holidays, the NHL season is usually in high gear.
A little different look this year.
The season is coming.
Get all the off-season news and expert analysis.
He did all the little things he needed to do to try to make himself valuable.
Plus the latest on player trades and signings.
They've got a lot of good players under contract, and it does open up cap space.
Here on NHL Tonight's holiday off-season.
We will stay tuned.
On NHL Network. Nobody covers the game like us. This is NHL Network.
Coverage of the World Juniors on TSN continues tomorrow with another warm-up game, and it's always entertaining when these two meet. It's Canada and Russia, a rematch of last year's gold medal game. You can catch it at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific, only on TSN. And Craig, one of the big questions coming into this tournament, who would be the starting goaltender for Canada? Well, one warm-up game, and we have the answer.
Yeah, he'll start the warm-up game. That's Devon Levi from Northeastern University, the Junior A Player of the Year last season with the Carleton Place Canadians. And, I mean, he was at the World Junior A Challenge, got Canada East to the gold medal game. He was lights out brilliant, a fantastic semifinal win against the USA. A couple of these players were on that team, Brendan Brisson included. Some of the Russian players that took an overtime goal by Shakir Mukhamadullin, who's playing for Russia in this tournament, to finally beat him. He's got confidence. He's got great athletic ability. And I think what you need to play in this tournament is just a sense of calm and an assuredness. And Devon has that. I'll take you back to midget. In his midget year with the Lac St. Louis Lions, there was a team playing in the midget AAA League, Levy. And they were unbelievable. They lost 2 games the entire season. They were going to rock and roll to the TELUS Cup. Well, Lac St. Louis went in there and they beat Levy, and it was an unbelievable upset. So he is not unfamiliar with the pressure, but more importantly, he is familiar with emerging on the other side of it successfully.
7th round draft pick by the Panthers this year, and we found out he's got a relationship with Roberto Luongo. The two have been texting leading up to this tournament as well. So we know who Canada will face in the warm-up game. That would be Russia on Wednesday. When we look at the rest of the schedule, we know they'll be playing the team we're watching here right now, and that would be Finland.
Well, they will be, and that will be their next meaningful game after Russia. And what you're trying to do is get yourself prepared, not only for that game, but going into January 2nd, which is the quarterfinal. Let's not forget that last year at the tournament, Canada won their first game, lost their second game, worst loss in World Junior hockey history, and then they rolled 5 straight to the gold medal. It's all about how you get better. So that's what they got to do. The Russian game will be really good for them to get ready for these games. I can guarantee you this, head coach Andre Chordny, not going to let any of those bad habits slip in during those 3 games, because it is about preparation and getting ready as you prepare for the quarterfinal with the goal of winning the gold.
So outside of Finland, the 3 other teams in the group are 0-50-1 against Canada. I know anything can happen, but 0-50-1.
No.
No? Okay. All right.
0-53-1 at the end of this tournament.
Well, we had a very entertaining first period between Finland and the U.S., all knotted up at a goal apiece.
Rated E10 for ages 10 and up.
Drivers who fix their own cars just got a smarter tool to work with. The easy-to-use vehicle selector on carparts.com. We put the exact part you need right at your fingertips. No guesswork, no hassle. Just enter the year, make, and model of your car. You'll save up to 50% and find the right part fast. Turning that smartphone into a parts store on demand where every part is guaranteed to fit. Get the right parts right now at carparts.com.
Hockey fans are gearing up at NHLShop.com, the official online store of the National Hockey League, and the largest assortment of NHL fan gear anywhere, with unique one-of-a-kind designs by fanatics and authentic fan gear, the latest styles from every NHL team and all the players you love. Don't wait, shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a fanatics experience.
I have a structured settlement, but I need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
I have an annuity, but I need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now.
They help thousands, they'll help you too.
One lump sum of cash they will pay to you.
Get long-term payments, but you need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
877 cash now.
877 cash now.
877 cash now.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. Call now.
We faced major challenges last season, but we also saw some pretty amazing hockey. Ovi garnered number 700, and Rene gathered his first. Draisaitl, Panarin, and McKinnon cemented their elite-level status with outstanding seasons. New trends were started, and fairy tale moments materialized. After some new adjustments, Tampa and their captain finally caught lightning in a cup. So much more is coming this new season, and we can't wait to show it to you.
Welcome to NHL Tonight. Good to be with you.
Here's your first period scoring summary. Juuso Parssinen scored in the power play a minute and 26 seconds in to give the Finns the lead. Then with 6 seconds to go in the period, Arthur Kaliev gets his first of the warm-up round. There's only one game for each team, and it's 1-1 after 1 period of play. Gord Miller back here with Ray Ferraro. What advantage to this version of bubble hockey is we can hear a lot, like Team USA coach Nate Lehman giving his players instructions.
Real hockey means you get after the puck and you get on there with the body, and I thought the U.S. did a terrific job in the last 10 or 12 minutes of the period in particular. Look how hard they are on the puck. They've got puck support to keep the cycles going. And as Nate Lehman was talking about, when there was a turnover, they stopped and got back to the puck. As a result of this, the U.S. had the last 13 shots of that first period. They got on the power play multiple times and eventually get the Kaliev goal to tie the game at 1.
Teams start this second period 5-on-5. We've got new officials as well, as we'll get new referees and linesmen every period in this World Junior Championship warm-up today and tomorrow. Tomorrow night, of course, we'll have Canada taking on the Russians in warm-up action.
These new refs every period. I would have had a tough time knowing who I was angry with.
I know. You know what? That might have worked for you.
It could have.
Bygones be bygones. And now Kaliev, after Heinola fanned on that, Kaliev feeds across. Let's run. His centering pass is broken up by Heinola. Jackson Lacombe winds his way in. Lacombe, a second-round pick of the Anaheim Ducks in 2019. Heels back in the corner. Lacombe, centering pass. Zegras with it. Zegras feeds it across. Caulfield scores! Cole Caulfield rockets it home. And a minute and 4 seconds into the second period, Team USA has grabbed the lead.
See the little mark on Cole Caulfield where he took a high stick in the first period. He had a couple of scoring chances. And after a disappointing tournament last year where he didn't play a lot, had just one goal, this is what Caulfield does. He says he's most dangerous in the offensive zone without the puck. He starts out towards the blue line, and while Zegras is controlling the puck, Caulfield works from the right all the way over to the left. He creates the pass lane by finding the open spot, and Zegras puts it on the tape, and it's 2-1 U.S. Zegras has a couple assists already to go with a 9 that he had last year in the tournament.
Led the tournament last year with those 9 assists and really passed the puck. A terrific freshman year at BU last year, then signed with Anaheim at the end of the year. So I feel like a number of these players happy to hear the National Hockey League will be back in early 2021. On point shot taken by Topi Niemelä. And Caulfield comes hard after it. Caulfield picks up the loose puck. Caulfield shoveled it across to Sanderson. Jake Sanderson spins off Lambert, feeds it down to Caulfield, works back in front of backhand shot, scores! Cole Caulfield, 2 goals on 1 shift. And the U.S. leads 3-1.
35 seconds apart. Cole Caulfield has got a couple. And the U.S. on the late goal from Kaliev to tie it in the first gets 2 really quick ones here in the second off the stick of Caulfield. There's a little bit of Jake Sanderson's skating ability to keep the puck alive inside the blue line. And Caulfield will rip this backhander up over top of the blocker. Second goal in a row, though, where Caulfield's feet are never stopped in the offensive zone. He slides from one side to the other. This time takes it on his forehand to his backhand. And there's a pair. And the U.S. is up by those 2.
Caulfield holds the U.S. National Team Development Program single-season record for goals, breaking the mark set by Austin Matthews, and holds the all-time record for NTDP goals, previously held by Phil Kessel.
Montreal Canadian fans are going to be pretty happy with that last shift to Caulfield.
Ryan Niemi, his shot is blocked. And Ryan Niemi back with it. Feeds across to Vero. And Vero banks it down to the American zone. Team USA looked good early on in the World Junior last year. Beat the Russians 3-1. Were very impressive. Kaliev scored twice. Well, we mentioned that quarterfinal loss to the Finns, 1-0. A game in which they could not break through. The gold medal game in 2019 in Vancouver saw the Finns hold a 2-0 lead. In the third period, the U.S. tied it up, and then Kakko scored the game-winning goal, which was over a minute to go in the third. Kakko, of course, is eligible to play in this tournament, but is busy with the New York Rangers. Jack Quinn could play for Team USA, but will be joining Jersey in training camp in early January.
Jack Hughes.
I said Jack Quinn.
I said Jack Quinn.
Jack Quinn's here for Canada.
He'll play tomorrow.
You know what? Quinn Hughes, Jack Quinn. That's bound to cause trouble. Now in comes Brink, tees it up and shoots. And Piernan able to make the stop.
Took me a second to catch up to that. I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. Cole Caulfield in his second year at the University of Wisconsin. You see that he had 36 points in 36 games last year in Wisconsin, and they talked to him about being a little bit more of a complete player, not just stand and wait for your shot, but to help create it by your movement in the offensive zone. He's hunting pucks a little better, and I think we saw two really good examples of how smart his offensive instincts are in the offensive zone. Not standing, helping create the place for the puck to come, and then having the skill to finish it.
Kaliev turned away. Zegras missed on the rebound. Caulfield is listed at 5'7", 163 pounds. But the numbers that matter, 19 goals at Wisconsin last year. Now Turcotte winds his way in. Drops for Kaliev, in, shoots, and that took a bite out of the man who blocked it, Mikko Kokkonen.
A couple of blocks for Kokkonen tonight.
Hunter Skinner along wrist shot that got through, and Piernan makes the stop. Carson, who opened the scoring in this game, digs for it in the corner. 3-1, Team USA with the lead. Can't wait for Christmas night. Team USA against Russia is the nightcap on the opening day of the tournament. We'll see Russia against Canada tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and 3 o'clock Pacific. Now Boldy picks up the loose puck. He's got Caulfield streaking ahead. Caulfield had that skip off his stick. Streaks in, drops it back. And that's tipped away by Nikita.
If Boldy's pass is a half a foot shorter, it's a breakaway for Caulfield.
Lambert in, he falls. Back they come again. Caulfield was streaking ahead. That was knocked down, loose in front. The shot was blocked as Nikita couldn't get that through. Beniers cross to Caulfield, in, shoots, and Piernan makes a stop on that. Caulfield looking again, a jam play at the side of the goal. Piernan saving the rebound as well. Cole Caulfield like he was shot out of a cannon here to start the second period.
What a great start to this period for Caulfield. He wasn't able to get into the rotation really regularly last year. It's funny what a year does, Gord. You've been doing this tournament forever, 10 years for me, and man, a year-to-year change in a player is really remarkable to see.
Faber back forward, a bouncing puck. He got spun around. Now Colangelo digs it free. And it's brought ahead by Berard. Brett Berard. Lead pass for Colangelo. Got crunched along the sideboards. Now Colangelo throws that back to Lacombe. Farber along wrist shot. Faber rather had that block. And now Faber has to retreat as the puck bounces back to center ice. Mark Faber from Maple Grove, Minnesota. He's an LA Kings draft pick. Who is it? They've got 9 prospects playing in the World Junior as it stands right now.
Had 9 last year as well.
.5 to go here in the second period. Tournament begins on Christmas Day this year. All the games we played here. There'll be no overlap of games, so we'll get to see everyone. And now a penalty being called, a tripping call. Will come with 13-16 to go here in the period. Cole Caulfield's got a pair, and the U.S. leads 3-1.
This World Junior Championship telecast is fueled by Gatorade, the proven sports fuel.
Ideas come to all of us. Maybe not yet, but if we stop the noise, it could come even now. So if it has, bring it to life online. GoDaddy, start now.
Even when we can't all be together, holiday traditions mean being with the ones we love the most. Send your love and a taste of home with the gift of Omaha Steaks. Families depend on Omaha Steaks to deliver unforgettable holidays. The very best steaks, seafood, chops, and more. Omaha Steaks for the holidays, a delicious family tradition. Your love delivered. Order now as a gift or for yourself and get free chicken and pork too. Shop omahasteaks.com/TV.
NHL Tonight's holiday offseason on NHL Network.
Landon Slaggert, a third-round pick of the Chicago Blackhawks who plays at Notre Dame, gets called here for the penalty, and the Finns, who gave up a late power play goal after scoring an early power play goal in the first period, will get another chance, their second, to try and half this U.S. lead.
On the right, Tuomo Ruutu, one of the assistant coaches for Team Finland. Long-time NHL player. Won by the U.S. and sent back to center ice by Drew Hellison. And here is Ville Heinola, picked 20th overall by the Winnipeg Jets in the 2019 draft. Played 8 games for the Jets last year in the NHL, scored his first NHL goal. Now Heinola keeps it back across, and a shot taken there by Hirvonen. That stopped, and Heinola back with it. Then pitching catch with Hirvonen. Heinola back across to Lundell. Shoots, and that goes off a skate over the glass and out.
And that play spun around at the blue line by Ville Heinola. You mentioned a Winnipeg Jets first-round draft choice in 2019, the 20th pick. Heinola made the team out of camp, a real impressive training camp, but he's playing 18 to 20 minutes where he is now in the Finnish Elite League. A pretty heady player, reminds a lot of people of Toby Enstrom. Doesn't use the big long stick that Toby Enstrom used to use. The thing was a pole vault.
Now Skinner, a long shot. That's knocked over the glass. There's no mesh over the glass, so the puck goes into the stands.
Yeah, that's a bit strange, isn't it?
One of the referees here today is Carter Sandlack. That name sound familiar? Well, his dad, Jim Sandlack, a.k.a. House, was the top forward of the 1986 World Junior Championship in Hamilton. And Carter is one of the 14 referees and 12 linesmen working this tournament. All the officials are Canadian. And we're getting a different officiating group each period in the warm-up games here because they, like the players, haven't had a chance to get loose, get working. Parsonen winds in. Minute to go now in the Finnish power play. Lambert reaching for it. Doesn't turn 17 till January.
Got 4 goals in the Finnish Elite League this year.
As a 16-year-old. Picked up by Niemela. Niemela takes the return pass, winds and shoots off a skate. That goes wide. Lambert digging for it. And it's knocked out by Hirvonen. Here's Lambert. Pass in front, just missed the stick of Nikkanen. Now the long shot, score! Topi Niemela takes the shot, might have deflected in front. It's a power play goal, and the Finns are back within 1.
2 power play goals for the Finns. Both of them with Henri Nikkanen standing right on top of the goal crease in front of Spencer Knight. There's Nikkanen 28. He misses this first pass, a nice play by Lambert, but when the puck goes back to the point, he engages right in front of Knight. Knight's got to guess where the puck is because he can't see it. The first goal was a Niemela to Parsonen pass. This one, Parsonen to Niemela, and it's 3-2.
And that's straight in. So 2 power play goals for the Finns. And we've talked about this for a decade, right? They do their damage on special teams, the Finns, when they're successful. We saw it in the World Championship in 2019 when they had an unheralded team that won the gold medal.
They check you into submission, they never go away, and their special teams are good. It's the same formula all the time.
Now, Helenius moves in, bouncing puck in front. Knight swept that away. Here's Helenius back with it. Back to Heinola. Long shot, that bounced down in front. Boldy. Thanks for Zegras ahead to Caulfield. That was knocked down by Hatika. But that was a breakaway for Cole Caulfield.
And that's twice this period he's been behind the defense, and the Finns haven't found him in time.
And there's Heinola back with it. Sanderson knocks Simon Tybel off the puck. Now away comes Moynihan. Patrick Moynihan in, shoots. That's knocked away by Pirinen. And now a steal for the Finns. Poke free by Järventie. In comes Järventie, and he's poke check on a great defensive play. Coming back for the U.S. was Brock Faber. Vero gains center ice, jumps across the line for Lundell. Anton Lundell got bumped there by Lacombe. And now Vero swings that wide. Centering pass bounced off the stick of Lundell. And Brett Berard has it back. Plays for head coach Nate Lehman at Providence College. And is a native of Rhode Island. We're told he's not related to Brian Berard, who's one of the most famous NHL players from Rhode Island, from Woonsocket. Now working in as Beniers in, and a chance turned away by Pirinen.
That was a pretty cool play by Beniers. He lost his stick and he had to corral it as he was still skating forward. He ended up making a play on it.
Carsonen rings that around. 9.5 to go in the second period. Knocked down by Lambert. Now Brad Lambert. Centering pass swept away by Knight. And Beniers swings back for it.
Oh, what a nice play again.
And again.
He's not shy, I'll tell you that. He's stick handling in a phone booth right in front of the net. Will be a high first-round pick, it appears.
Doesn't have to wear the full cage, as he's a late 2002-born player. And fired in by Hatika. Thrun feeds it across. And now Thrun gathers it back up. Feeds ahead, fired in by Farinacci. Ratti couldn't clear it out. And it's knocked down again by Thrun. Ratti back with it. Chips it ahead to Heinola jumping into the rush. Heinola works in. Knight sweeps that away. Clevin banks it back across to Thrun. Colangelo, a centering pass out of the reach of Farinacci. Run back in by Oaxaca. A sharp angle shot taken there by Mantakivi, slipped away easily by Knight. Mantakivi back at the point for Niemela. Now Vero can't get a shot away. Colangelo works it free, and away comes Turcotte. One-on-one against Niemela. And Niemela reaches back and knocks that away from Turcotte. Turcotte spins it back for Zegras. A sharp angle shot. Pirinen makes the stop and on the rebound. And now Vero back with it.
Crafty play by Zegras right along the goal line. He almost gets Parsonen up high on the short side.
Vero wounded by Turcotte, but kept alive at the line for the moment by York. And now Niemela swings back for the Toronto third-round pick. These are there for Vero. Vero, as we mentioned, a Detroit draft, a third-round pick in 2020. Niemela snaps that pass, rink one. It's out of the reach of Järventie, and icing called against Finland.
Closed captioning of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship is brought to you in part by Bet99.net, Canada's newest destination for free sports information, odds, and casino. Every game starts at Bet99.
Days leading up to Christmas here in Edmonton. The tournament will be held here next year as well. And fingers crossed and hope that next year these stands will be full of screaming fans. But the setup so far here has been terrific. course, Edmonton has experience with the NHL bubble. These players, though, do not, for the most part. Only a handful do, but it's something to adjust to.
Yeah, Thomas Harley from Team Canada was here with Dallas in the summer.
Järventie spins back. Robbie Järventie, an Ottawa second-round pick.
Kirby Dach as well was here with the Blackhawks. Yeah. Had a nice series against the Oilers. And
in comes Beniers with it now. Drops it back to Caulfield. Boldy back for Caulfield. Chips it on goal. And the save is made by Piernan, who's seen enough of Cole Caulfield in this period.
What a slick play by Boldy. But there's Caulfield again, going to the net, off the puck, finding the open space to have another scoring chance. That's at least 4 chances this period for Caulfield.
Now Boldy lifts it high in the air for Brink, who tries to knock that down. Brink bumps Koponen off the puck. And Puttio plays it around, but that's knocked down. And the puck shoveled back in front by Ryan Johnson. And Piernan gloves that. 3-2, the U.S. leads here in the second period.
We'll talk to the stars in the future.
The future of your favorite team is on display.
Russia takes on Canada in pre-tournament action. Wednesday, 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
Colorado Avalanche have an ethos of excellence and constantly strive for the very best.
We wouldn't consider a switch if it affected the quality of the game, player safety, or operational performance. With Opteon, now we're using a solution that's effective and sustainable.
We are pleased that the Colorado Avalanche have upgraded to Opteon. This is a key milestone in Chemours' partnership with the NHL. We want hockey to thrive at every level.
To learn more, visit NHL.com/Opteon.
Looking for a better dinner routine? HelloFresh delivers. That means goodbye grocery shopping and hello fresh ingredients and simple recipes at your doorstep.
Hit refresh with HelloFresh. Use code TV10 for 10 free meals, including free shipping.
Tangerine Raptors basketball tips off tomorrow with regular season action as the Pelicans go up against the Raptors. Coverage starts at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on TSN. We've got a goalie change for Team USA here in Edmonton. Another returning player for the U.S. is Dustin Wolf, the Calgary 7th-round pick from 2019. Played 1 game last year in a win against Germany. Wolf plays for Everett in the Western Hockey League. Hasn't played this year, of course, as the 3 Canadian junior leagues are all awaiting the start of their schedules. He was the Western League and Canadian Hockey League Scholastic Player of the Year in 2019. He replaces Knight. And back to pick it up is Hatakka. He gets taken down. Piernan remains in the finish goal. And pokes that puck away. As Nikkonen tries to clear it out. Can't. Now penalty coming. As Hanelich touches up, the official's whistle didn't work. And now tripping will be the call against the Finns.
Team Finland number 2, 2 minutes tripping.
Terry Hatakka is a San Jose 6th-round pick. Plays for Ilves Tampere in the Finnish Elite League.
5th power play for the United States. You'll see the trip right there as his stick gets into the feet of Brett Berard.
So the U.S. 1 for 4 on the power play with 11 shots on those 4-man advantages. Caulfield back to Zegras. U.S. did have a long 5-on-3 at the end of the first period. Scored just after it ended. It was a 5-on-4 goal. And then Caulfield with the 2 quick strikes here at even strength in the second period. He's back out there now in the American power play as Boldy drops it back to York. Kaliev swings it back across. That pass missed Boldy. And on his backhand, Greg Yemi clears that into the American bench. The face-off will stay in the Finnish zone.
A couple of goals in this period for Cole Caulfield. We gotten a glimpse of his abilities to find some open space. And when he gets it, he doesn't miss very often. A couple of really nice goals for him in the period, and close a couple other times.
His coach at Wisconsin is Tony Granato, your old pal and brother-in-law. He talked to us about how Caulfield came back along with Turcotte with something to prove. They felt disappointed with their World Junior last year, and they took it out on their college opponents down the stretch last year before the season was ended.
Both of them felt that there was a lot of unfinished business in the tournament. 1 goal for Caulfield, just 2 assists for Turcotte in the 5 games that they played. Turcotte went to Berlin at the start of the year to train, and while he was over there, he actually got COVID, had to come back home after quarantine. But since then, he's been in LA working with the Kings development staff. There's up to 20 guys there that are, skating and getting ready for the season. So he's had plenty of time to get ready after returning from Germany.
5th overall pick in the 2019 draft by the LA Kings. And now Zegras moves his way in. Zegras will be his NHL rival down the freeway in Anaheim, as that's knocked back down the ice. Oh, look out. Wolf turned the puck over. Scooped up there by Putia. And Putia tied up by York. Now it's brought up by Lacombe. Lacombe drops it back to Turcotte. Winding in. Turcotte tried to drop that back. Now picked up by Zegras. Here's Brink with it. Bobby Brink swings it back to Zegras. Zegras works in, spins and flips it back to York. Back to Zegras, a sharp angle. Zegras flips it back across the Kaliev. York shoots. That was blocked and hit Helenius in the foot. And now Zegras spins and fires. The save is made by Tiranen. Now Brink feeds it back across, and York can't hold the line. 3 to go here in the second period. Kaliev got tied up there by Vero. In comes Lindell. Anton Lindell lost the puck, now chips it back ahead to Lambert, but the extra move puts him offside at the American line. 3-2, Team USA leads.
Have you heard of Nuts.com? It's the best kept secret of savvy snackers all over the country. Incredible nuts, dried fruits, organic snacks, and gluten-free treats. There's something for everyone to love, including fast delivery.
Best pistachios ever.
Love the dried peaches. Can't stop eating them.
White chocolate toffee cashews are awesome.
The holy grail of honey sesame sticks. So tasty.
The quality has made me a customer for life. I'm nuts about you guys.
With so much to love, check out Nuts.com.
Closed captioning of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship is brought to you in part by Yamaha. Revs your heart.
Back here in Edmonton, there's Nate Lehman, the head coach. His assistants are Ted Donato, Chris Mayotte, Steve Miller, and the video coach is Teresa Feaster, who will speak with our Laura Dyke in between periods. Grew up around the game. Her dad, Jay Feaster, the former GM of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Calgary Flames. So we'll face off now back in the U.S. zone with 2:42 to go. One thing we saw in the bubble during the NHL was because there's no meshing around the two ends, they started running out of pucks the first couple of games. They only bring 32 to a game, and of course you can't retrieve them once they go into the stands, so had to bring extra back. Now the puck chipped back in front, and Wolf hangs on to that. Wolf had a .935 save percentage last year in Everett and 9 shutouts. That franchise is famous for turning out top-end goaltenders.
Played one time last year, as you mentioned, Gord, a 6-3 win against Germany, but kind of bad timing. You get to the tournament, your time in the World Juniors, and you got Spencer Knight sitting there as well.
Here a long shot, and Wolf eats that up. He's from Gilroy, California, the garlic capital of the United States. I know that because Jeff Garcia, the former CFL and NFL quarterback, is from Gilroy. So I'm quite proud of his roots there. I mentioned 14 different states represented on this U.S. team, including Georgia, California.
You know, I don't know how long ago it was, Gord. Maybe it was a decade where that was really it seems so strange to have so many states represented. Now it just seems like the regular thing.
Right. Yeah.
Like the game is spread.
A lot of it is knocked down.
A lot of it tied, I think, to when Gretz was traded to Los Angeles, and
empty shots turned away.
A whole generation of people got turned on to hockey, and their kids began to play. And
well, it used to be the 3 M's, right? Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota would account for the bulk of the teams, but now it's brought out by Henry Thrun.
Gord, we talked about Caulfield scoring. That was a really good defensive play he helped with. Came back on the play, hard on the puck, and they're out of trouble again. One way to score is to get out of your end as fast as you can. That's a growth part of his game.
Schlaggert spins it down. And taken down behind the goal is Patrick Moynihan. Minute and a half to go here in the second period. Back at the point is Skinner with a shot that pinballed up a couple of legs wide. And Moynihan feeds it back, and the hard shot taken there by Clement is blocked. Now moved down by Nikkanen. That shot by Nikkanen blocked, and Skinner sends it rink wide and finds Farinacci. Farinacci's shot goes wide. And now Heinola back with it. In the tournament, we'll likely see Heinola up around 30 minutes a night for Team Finland. Moved in by Putia. Heinola swings back and knocks that away from Zegras. Now Zegras loose in the corner with it. Spins it back in front. Heinola took that away again. Heinola's lead pass is knocked down by York at center ice. No stick! No stick! Kaliev shrugs off Hellenius in the corner. And now Zegras back with it. Final seconds now in the second period. Cam York jumps in. The defenseman got spun around there by Kokkonen. Kaliev back to Sanderson. His shot goes off a leg. And the United States will go to the dressing room with a 3-2 lead after 40 minutes of play in this World Junior warm-up leading up to the opening of the tournament on Christmas Day. Our second intermission is coming up as you're watching pre-tournament action for the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton.
Why do I love college hockey? That's why I love college hockey.
Coursera is liberating because it let me change my whole life.
Welcome to Coursera, career-advancing courses and degrees from universities like the University of Illinois, Yale, and the University of London, 100% online.
It allows you to get a high-quality degree at a rate that you can afford.
I'm now a sort of full-stack developer, and I've got skills that I know are in demand.
Join Coursera for free at Coursera.org. Coursera, your course to success.
Are you worried about the state of the world? How about your retirement? It's time to get a plan. Download award-winning free financial tools and take control with Personal Capital. Join millions of others and download free financial tools today at personalcapital.com.
All I can say is absolutely wow. What a pass and what a goal! Whoa, incredible goaltending! He scores! Unbelievable!
All the news, scores, stats, and highlights. If it's hockey, it's here. The official app of the NHL.
I'm Doug Hirsch. You may already know that GoodRx can help you save up to 80% on your prescriptions. Unfortunately, many Americans can't get to a doctor right now. The good news is that for many health issues, you can see a doctor online. It's easy. Just go to GoodRx.com, and with a few clicks, you'll be treated by a licensed medical professional, all from the comfort of your own home. Visits are confidential and affordable. Need a prescription? Your doctor can send it to your pharmacy or have it mailed to you. Get the healthcare you deserve at GoodRx.com.
Sick of annoying spam calls? RoboKiller eliminates 99% of unwanted calls. And our answer bots have fun blocking your robocalls.
There's a shark circling my boat. Hang on.
You gotta hit him in the nose. Yes.
I'm almost done. I'm sorry. Just give me 2 seconds. I gotta.
So you can live your life spam call free. Download RoboKiller today.
Hey everybody, I'm Garnet Hathaway from the Washington Capitals. Join me on a special holiday edition of Skates and Plates.
We'll be cooking up a classic meal to warm you up for the holiday season. Let's just pretend we're on the same line.
See you in the kitchen.
Let's go get the party started. You know how to get it going. Are you watching this? I really feel like taking flight. Is if we're gonna make it, we'll make it right.
Nightly highlights, live games, and insightful analysis. Nobody covers the game like us. This is NHL Network.
Way to say Merry Christmas. The final week of the NFL regular season gets underway Christmas Day with a matchup between the Vikings and the Saints. Coverage begins at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on TSN and also on CTV2. Canada's home for the NFL. So it's the U.S. holding the 1-goal lead after 40 minutes of play. And Craig, I think Montreal Canadiens fans salivating a little bit after that because it was all Cole Caulfield. You know, he had disappointing World Juniors last year, just 1 goal scored. Came into this one saying he had a lot more confidence and definitely showing up there tonight.
Absolutely. 2-goal Cole got them in front, 3-2. So, I mean, when you watch Cole Caulfield play, the first word that comes to mind is dangerous. And he knows how to make himself dangerous very quickly. And that's what you have to do to be a really good goal scorer. You need the finishing skills, but if you don't understand how to get open and when to get open, it doesn't matter what else. He knows how to do that. Breaks open here on a breakaway, doesn't get it, but he's on the puck and he's moving around, probing, trying to find those areas where he can take full advantage of his skills. He comes from below the goal line. It's where his hands are. It's not where his skates are. And then he's able, with the goaltender deep in the net, to throw it right over his right shoulder. And then the way he changes the angle, quick move, backhand right to the forehand, and he's shooting in one motion, and then he gets in and around the net at the right timing. Cole Caulfield does not let himself get tied up unnecessarily. We can talk about him being not tall. Doesn't matter because he doesn't have to engage on other players' terms. He plays on his terms, and those terms are one that make him a player that is so dangerous when the puck's on his stick.
He's above 5'7", right? What did you say? 5'7" and a quarter.
5'7" and a
quarter. That quarter is very, very important. Cole Caulfield, one of 8 returning players from the United States. From last year's World Juniors, disappointing finish. They finished in 6th, which ended a 4-year medal streak at the tournament, which was the longest in program history. We are pleased now to welcome in Teresa Feaster, who is very busy here in the Edmonton bubble. She is Team USA's video coach. Outside of the bubble, she's busy as well, the director of hockey operations at Providence, where she gets to work with Team USA head coach Nate Lehman. Teresa, we're so happy to have you here, and you're making some history here in Edmonton. The first female assistant coach ever at the World Juniors, first female assistant coach ever when it comes to USA hockey, and a major men's championship. When you hear me say that, what does that mean to you?
It's incredible. I mean, just to be a part of this tournament is really an honor and something that I was really thrilled to do. And obviously a little bit of a larger significance on top of it as well. But right now, just here and, focused on working hard and getting going.
Yeah, we'll be getting going in just a couple of days here, Christmas Day for the U.S. So what exactly is your role and responsibility with the team in the bubble?
Right now, just helping out with the video, just making sure that everything's in line with that as far as what the coaches need, whether that's putting clips together or pre-scouting or tagging live, just making sure that all those ducks are in a row and whatever they need they have so we can be best prepared.
Now, I know you spoke recently to TSN's Frank Saravalli. You were talking about some of your goals, including winning a Stanley Cup and becoming the first general manager in the NHL. Your father, he won a Stanley Cup in his day as well. So how will this experience here in Edmonton kind of move you along the path towards reaching those goals?
I mean, this is such an incredible tournament, and it's one that everyone looks forward to every year. And the hockey is such a high level. Every game is going to be a great game, and I think that experience is something that'll help everybody grow, and it'll be great for all of us.
We're kind of in this moment right now with women breaking barriers when it comes to sports. Kim Eng last month in November was named the general manager of the Miami Marlins. When it comes to college football, there was Sarah Fuller with Vanderbilt kicking field goals, kicking extra points, and now you're getting set to make your World Junior debut on Christmas Day. How do you describe this moment in time now with women in sports?
I think it's great. I think every time you see something like that, it's really inspirational, and it sets a great example for all the women that are working really hard in sports right now and will be in the future. And, I hope to just be a very small part of that going forward.
Well, Teresa, we really appreciate you doing this with us today, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
What do we call him? Two-goal Cole? Cole Caulfield, a one-man show in that second period, said he wanted to bring the offense to the table this World Juniors. So far, so good.
Did you know that Geico's whole 15 minutes thing, that came from me? Really? My first idea was, in 1/4 of an hour, your savings will tower. Over you, figuratively speaking. But that's not catchy, is it? That's not going to swim about in your brain. So I thought, what about 15 minutes, 15%? Serendipity.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
They are here. The day has come.
The King's Return. Download now.
At Chewy, we know the only thing that changes when bringing home a new pet is everything. And we're here with everything to help you on that journey. Whether it's finding the perfect bed for a new friend or giving them something personal to welcome them to the family. We can even help you find the perfect treat or food that makes you both smile. Chewy's got toys, treats, prescriptions, all the things you need to celebrate your new friend, delivered right to your door. Get great prices and fast free shipping. Visit Chewy.com today.
I can say is absolutely wow.
What a pass and what a goal! Whoa, incredible goaltending!
He scores! Unbelievable!
All the news, scores, stats, and highlights. If it's hockey, it's here. The official app of the NHL.
Sick of spam call blocking that doesn't work? Introducing RoboKiller. RoboKiller eliminates 99% of unwanted calls, so you can live your life spam call free. Download RoboKiller today.
Nobody covers the game like us. This is NHL Network.
Well, let's show you what happened earlier in the World Junior warm-up game between Switzerland and Austria. Still zeros on the board here in the first. Swiss with the odd man rush, and it's Gaetan Jobin scoring on a beautiful feed. All tied up now. Late goings of the second, and some more nice passing from the Swiss. And it's Inaki Barragano, the lucky recipient of that. Nice pass. The Swiss are up 2-1. The pass of the day, though, went to the Austrians. Matthias Baum, no look through the legs. Leon Wallner making no mistake. The Swiss win this one 3-2. Going back to our game here, Finland and the U.S. Here is Ville Heinola now with Ryan Rashok.
Well, Ville, a tough challenge for your team in this pre-tournament game in facing the U.S. Do you like the opportunity to play a team like the United States before the tournament gets going and really test yourselves?
Yeah, of course. This is good for us. For the first game now, we had a big break before this, so it's good to play some tough games now.
Third World Junior Hockey Championship for you. You won a gold a couple of years ago. Do you have a sense for just how different it might be this time around, given the bubble, given the empty stands? Do you get an early sense of how different this experience will be?
Yeah, like quarantine a lot, but you know, every year is different and a new team and new guys, so it's always different.
How do you feel about this team compared to the other two you played on?
I think this is the best.
Really?
Yeah.
Better than the gold medal team?
Yeah, of course.
Well, we shall see. Thanks, Ville.
Thank you.
I like it. Well, if the first two periods were any indication, we're in for a show in the third period. The U.S. holding that 1-goal lead.
Drivers who fix their own cars just got a smarter tool to work with. The easy-to-use vehicle selector on CarParts.com. You'll get savings of up to 50% and find the right part at the right price fast. Get the right parts right now at CarParts.com.
Dinner. A constant struggle. Wasting time buying food you don't need. Life getting in the way of eating well. Unable to satisfy your picky eater. Stuck in a rut making the same recipes over and over again. Hit refresh with HelloFresh this year. Pre-portioned ingredients, step-by-step recipes, delicious meals that everyone enjoys. Ready to change your routine?
Hit refresh with HelloFresh. Use code TV10 for 10 free meals, including free shipping.
Something big is coming to this small town.
I come bearing the New York Rangers. Play against our boys.
Now, they'll have to get ready for the game of their lives.
I'm loving these kids. I want to adopt them.
Mystery Alaska, Thursday, 7 Eastern on NHL Network.
I have a structured settlement and I need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth.
J.G. Wentworth, how can I help you get cash?
I want to pay off my debt and move into my own place, but I need cash now to do it.
Let's see if we can help. Do you get regular payments from an insurance company? For example, from a personal injury settlement or car accident?
Yes, monthly, and it's been working out okay. The thing is, it's my money and I need it now.
Right. So how does this sound? In exchange for some or all of your future payments, we give you a lump sum of cash now. And since this isn't a personal loan, there's no credit check. What will you do with more cash? Buy a car, get an apartment, go to school? After all, it's your money. Use it when you need it. Call now and you'll also get $25 for receiving a quote.
Call 877-CASH-NOW for your free Cash Now quote. That's 877-CASH-NOW. Call now.
Thanks, JG Wentworth.
Hockey fans are gearing up at NHLShop.com, the official online store of the National Hockey League, and the largest assortment of NHL fan gear anywhere, with unique one-of-a-kind designs by fanatics and authentic fan gear, the latest styles from every NHL team and all the players you love. Don't wait, shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a fanatics experience.
Second period got to a flying start for Cole Caulfield, who scored twice, 35 seconds apart. On assists from Trevor Zegras and Jackson Lacombe on the first, and Jake Sanderson on the second. Then Topi Niemela on the power play, drawing the Finns back within one. The shots were 9-6 U.S. in that second period, 25-13 overall. Gord Miller back here with Ray Ferraro. We know this, Ray. If the Finns have a good tournament, it'll likely be because they have a good power play.
Always have relied on the man advantage. They have a rather simple approach to the power play. They want to get pucks to the front of the net. They've done it for years, and it's been really successful for them. Tonight, 2 power plays and 2 power play goals. Both of them the same. Niemela finds Parssinen on the first one, and this is Niemela's shot that's going to come from the point. The similarity is it goes both of them right through Henry Niikanen, number 28, who's standing on top of the goal crease. Spencer Knight has to look around him twice. Each time he can't find it. Look at him look right. The puck goes by left, and the Finns are on the board twice. A simple screen in front of the net is done to perfection by Niikanen, and the first shot by Parssinen, the second one by Niemela, and we've got a 1-goal game heading into the third period.
New set of officials, Michael Campbell and Alexander Garon are the referees. Turn to Wyonzek and Maxime Chaput are the linesmen. And the teams start this third period 5-on-5. There will be overtime and a shootout tonight. I'm not psychic. Regardless of the score, there will be overtime and a shootout as practice for these teams. As Zegras moves in, feeds it back in front. That pass just missed. Kalya. And now Kalya back in the corner with it. Looks down to Turcotte. He gets loose. Turcotte drops it back. And that pass handcuffed Henry Thrun. And now Thrun back for it. Played at Harvard last year, but this year he's playing in the USHL while he waits the return of college hockey. As Zegras winds his way and drops it back to Turcotte, moves in, rolls off his stick. And that's knocked away. And a new Finnish goaltender, Rupe Tappanen, is on now for the Finns. He played this building before in the 2018 Helinka Gretzky Summer Under-18 tournament. In fact, more than 60 players in the upcoming World Junior played in that 2018 Helinka Gretzky Cup. Now a centering pass, and Parssinen just missed the intended target there. And now Parssinen and Ratty crisscrossing. Boldy picks it out now for Team USA. Boldy drops it back. And swinging back to pick it up is Jackson Lacombe, who plays at the University of Minnesota. Bob Motzko, the head coach there, former head coach of the U.S. National Junior Team. Now plays called at the finish line. Icing called. And there is Rupe Tappanen, 19-year-old who plays for Espoo in the Finnish second league, the Mestis League. He's got a .928 save percentage there. Interesting he would be playing tonight because it's widely expected that Kiernan and Joel Blomqvist, who's a second-round pick of Pittsburgh, would be the 1-2 tandem for the Finns. Kutia swings that down for opponent. He couldn't quite reach it. Both these teams have 22 skaters dressed tonight. When a tournament begins, it's 20 skaters, 2 goaltenders. And the rosters are expanded for this year's World Junior, of course, because of the COVID outbreak. And so teams have extras on hand should they be required. The rosters will be declared on Christmas Eve.
So even in a game like this, it's while the rosters are set, it's fight for your spot on the team, try and help your standing a little bit.
Long shot piled high by Brian Yemi. 3 teams still have cuts to make. So some players will be going home on on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Matthias Rajaniemi, an Islander 6th round pick, flips that down to the U.S. zone, picked up there by Ryan Johnson. Now Johnson banks it ahead for Sam Colangelo. His pass broken up by Helenius at center ice, and Helenius feeds it back down to the American zone. Dustin Wolf, who came on in relief of Spencer Knight midway through the second period, bumped that across. Colangelo works his way in. So the Canada will be burning late for coaches that have decisions to make on rosters this late in the process. Brink sends it down. Loose puck in front, jamming away on it. Two good chances there. And Farinacci turned away as Templeton held his ground. You take them both, as you can hear.
As they get this sorted out, we take a look at the 8 players back for the United States. It would have been 9, but John Beecher was not able to play as he tested
Finland,
positive.
number 22, minor penalty, roughing. USA, minor penalty, number 25, minor penalty, roughing.
Beecher tested positive just a day before the U.S. was declaring their team and flying here to Edmonton.
Right.
And so that left Nate Lehman with a shuffled roster, but 8 of them back is a significant number. A young team last year, a talented team that came up short. They fell flat in that 1-0 loss in the quarters.
They can still bring 7 back from this team next year. An interesting mix for Team USA. Knight in his 3rd World Junior as a goaltender for Team USA. He was the 3rd goaltender in Vancouver, Victoria in 2019. Did not see game action. Santeri Hatakka lost the puck on the forecheck. And now Zegras drops it up to Turcotte. Faber was jumping into the rush as well.
Easy stick, good, good.
And now Johnson goes back, kick away from him by Yarventi. And Wolf steers that away. Zegras winds his way in, drops it back to Clevin. Now scooped up by Anton Lundell, the Finnish captain. Missed last year's tournament, as Ray mentioned. Winds his way in and shoots, and Wolf makes the stop on a streaking Anton Lundell.
That's a nice rush for Lundell. And you mentioned earlier he has 12 goals in 17 games playing for IIHF Helsinki in the Finnish Elite League. Makes a nice little move through Drew Helleson here in a little flip shot. He's trying to just wedge this over top of the left shoulder of Dustin Wolf. Wolf keeps his feet long enough and then shrugs up the left shoulder to make the stop. Lundell's going to be a player at the NHL level, I think, that's not going to score quite as much as he is right now, but a player that makes contributions around the game. He's going to be a penalty killer. He's going to be a matchup center. He's a smart player.
He's a gold medalist for the Finns in the under-18s in 2018. Finns have had all kinds of success in IIHF competition on the men's side. We mentioned that Lundell is number 2 in the Finnish Elite League in goal scoring. Another Florida Panther prospect. We mentioned under-18 goal in 2018 and the World Junior in 2019. The Finns won the World Junior and the World Championship in 2019. In 2016, or 2018 rather, they won the under-18s. And that came a year after they almost pulled off the first triple ever. They won the under-18s, won the World Junior, and they lost the gold medal game to Canada at the World Championship. No teams ever won all 3 in the same year.
They do the same thing all the time. Like, they consistently punch above their weight. They seem to play all the same. So you move the parts around, yet forever they were a goaltending factory.
Right.
Now it's that they can score, they can play. They're a dangerous offensive team.
After Skinner works his way in. And here's Beniers with it. Jam play at the side of the goal, knocked away by Tappan.
I've been impressed with Beniers. My first look at him and all the hype about the skill of Beniers. He doesn't look shy. He's handled the puck. He's taken it to the net and created a couple of chances. There's going to be a lot more hoped for from the youngster Beniers, a draft-eligible player this year. Look at him below the goal line, and yet he knows the dangerous ice he's got to get from below to top of the goal line. He's able to get himself there. He's not shy. He was doing this interview thing with the U.S. players and kind of making like a game show or a talk show host. And
he's the youngest guy on the team. Slaggert plays it across to York. Farinacci with it. Farinacci got tied up in the corner. In to help out is Moynihan. Knocked down the line by Skinner. Skinner plays for London Knights in the Ontario League. Only 3 CHL players on the American roster. Wolf, the goaltender, is another one. And Wolf knocks that down.
Pretty active back there.
Skinner. In his first international tournament for USA Hockey. Up ahead for Turcotte. He got leveled there at center ice. As Korhonen knocked him down.
For 4 years, teams have done amazing things to raise the Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup. But this year, ideas triumph. What would you do with $100,000 for your community?
Icing call against the U.S. and there is Benjamin Korhonen, also making his international debut for his country. It's too bad that the 19-year-olds in this tournament won't get a chance, and pass call off the face-off here, but they won't get a chance to experience the crowd that would be filling this building in an electric World Junior.
This World Junior Championship telecast is fueled by Gatorade, the proven sports fuel.
Personal Capital wants to know, are you worried about the state of the world? How about your retirement? It's time to get a plan. Download award-winning, free professional-grade tools and take control of your financial future with Personal Capital. See if you're on track for retirement success and get financial confidence. Are you ready to take control? Join millions of others and download free financial tools today at personalcapital.com.
All I can say is absolutely wow.
All the news, scores, stats, and highlights. If it's hockey, it's here. The official app of the NHL.
NHL Tonight's holiday offseason on NHL Network.
While the World Junior warm-up continues tomorrow with Canada taking on Russia. 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 Pacific, only on TSN. The future of hockey lives here. Igor Larionov, the head coach of Team Russia, turned 60 earlier this month. And a departure from the predecessor, Valeri Bragin, in temperament, style. Igor wants to take the shackles off and let them go.
I'm looking forward to watching them play. He wants them to be creative, to let their skill play.
Shot by Kokkonen goes high and wide. There was some discussion during that TV timeout about whether or not a penalty would be called against the United States for using their hand on the puck off a faceoff. That is a minor penalty under IIHF rules. As Turcotte moves ahead with Zegras. In comes Zegras on Kokkonen. Zegras, little spin move, drops it back to Sanders and walking in, shoots short side. And Tappan makes a stop. Another pass by Zegras. Well,
that was pretty creative.
Sanderson winds his way in, drops it back. Kalya to Sanderson. Down the front. Back to Zegras, a long wrist shot goes off a skate. And now Zegras crisscrossing with Sanderson. That's knocked down by Korhonen. And Benjamin Korhonen flips it back down to the American zone. 3-2, the U.S. leads. The Finns with a 1-0 lead in the early stages of the first period. The U.S. tied up late in the first. They've got 2 quick goals from Cole Caulfield. 35 seconds apart to grab the lead. As that shooting goes over the glass and out.
Couple assists tonight for Trevor Zegras, and got to find a new lane to find the puck. Well, here's a new one. Spin to the backhand and zip this across to Sanderson, who has a good scoring chance. And I like watching Zegras play. He's such a smart player in the way that he sees the ice, and his ability to find his teammates is really impressive.
Native of Bedford, New York, played 1 year at Boston University. Ranyemi. Lead pass knocked down by Lacombe. And Helenius has it back now for the Finns. Samuel Helenius, the second. Between them, 13 feet of father and son. Knocked down by Faber. He got bumped in behind the goal. Faber stays on it. Helenius takes it back. Now loose at center ice. And the stick of Berard betrayed him. And now Johnson has it back. Johnson slides it ahead. And Boldy flips it back down to the finish zone. Picked up by Heinola. Lead pass finds Lindell. Anton Lindell works in. His pass was broken up by Hellison. Beniers puts it back across to Johnson. The puck gets by Hafika and back down the ice. Ville Heinola plays for Lukko Rauma in the Finnish Elite League. Began the year in the NHL last year with the Winnipeg Jets. Carson came jumping in there, couldn't quite reach it. And now Lambert back with it now. Brad Lambert. High stick puck, Gerventi in the face. And the puck is loose at center ice. Heinola. Flips it back across the Finns in the midst of a change. They almost got caught with too many men. And here comes Ratti with it. Aku Ratti shoot, just missed far side. Got back in by Nikkanen. And Niemela comes up to seal the wall. Niemela has to race back as Slaggert was in on him. Ratti had his pocket picked by Slaggert. He moves away from Nikkanen. Niemela. Up ahead for Kutia. Clevin plays it back around. Here's Vero back to pick it up. Midway point now, the third period. As you mentioned, there will be overtime and a shootout regardless of the score at the end of the third period. Moved ahead by Johnson, but not out. And a bouncing puck fired wide.
A lot of the play down at this end of the ice here. The Finns have kicked it up a gear, and the U.S. has not matched it quite yet.
Now Clevin has it knocked down. And Putio plays it back to center ice, and a big hit there by Tyler Clevin. As he barreled over Mantikivi. Zegras for Turcotte. To Kaliev. Kaliev posts up, drops it back, and that shot misfired on by Skinner. And now brought back by Mantikivi. And Clevin stayed with him. Clevin's a big man, 6'4", 201 pounds, an 18-year-old. Picked in the second round by Ottawa. Now brought in Lindell with a backhand shot. And Wolf got a shoulder on that. Kaliev. Up ahead to Boldy. And Boldy banks it down, picks up his own shoot-in. Spins back in the corner. At the point is York with a long shot. And a pad save made there by Tappan, who came across to make that stop. 3-2, the U.S. leads here in the third.
Mubarakun anta. Not giant art. The day has come.
Kings return. Download now.
Come on! You know the answer. You studied for this. Come on. Timmy! Come on, Timmy. You got this, son. Pencil to paper. Focus. Come on, Timmy. Focus. Focus. Take the puck. There you go. Skate. Skate. Pass it. You call that a pass? What are you doing? You missed the puck. Come on.
Fire scores! What a shot!
We're talking about the stars in the future.
The future of your favorite team is on display.
Russia takes on Canada in pre-tournament action. Wednesday, 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
Closed captioning of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship is brought to you in part by Bet99.net, Canada's newest destination for free sports information, odds, and casino. Every game starts at Bet99.
Back here in Edmonton, a correction and a last-minute change to the format. There will not be overtime and a shootout at the end of this game. Originally discussed, all the teams practice that end of the game. And on the left, you see there's Ted Donato, Heavy D, former NHL player, now the head coach at Harvard. Of course, his son Ryan Donato, a terrific young NHL player. His nephew, John Farinacci, is playing on this U.S. team and plays for him at Harvard. Ted always says their arch rival at Harvard isn't Yale, it's the admissions department. Lots of player likes, only a few can get in. Caulfield drops it back to Thrun. That shot went wide. Henry Thrun. He was a freshman at Harvard last year. He mentions playing in the USHL this year. Now winding in, a chance to tip wide there by Caulfield, looking for the hat trick. And Tappinen pounces on that.
I'm surprised Caulfield passed this. He made a nice little toe drag in the slot. I'm not sure he recognized that he had a clean lane to shoot it. He wants to go to the back door to Matthew Boldy. Watch Caulfield in the middle. He's going to toe drag here, and he's got room on his backhand. If he takes one more stride, it's him alone. But he wants to go through the traffic to the back door to Boldy, who's actually joined there by Beniers on the backside. And
I don't think Caulfield's ever been accused of overpassing.
No, that's why it struck me as even more rare. But a couple of goals in the second period, 2 or 3 other really good chances. Yeah. A noticeable night for Cole Caulfield.
And a couple near breakaways as well that were broken up by the last Finnish defender back. Niemela. Back across to Viro. Now the centering pass hammered on goal. Good chance there for Colangelo. Another chance in front. Farinacci digging for that. And Tappinen makes the stop.
Tappinen's made a couple of good saves here in this third period. He came in relief of Kari Pieronen. Had to be sharp there to make the latest stop. And
you mentioned, though, for the longest time, the story of Finland, whether it was Kari Lehtinen or Tuukka Rask, who's always their goaltending. Now in recent years, it's been Kaapo Kakko and
Sebastian Aho
and Patrick Laine and some pretty good defensemen as well.
You just think of some of the teams that won there. They had Ristolainen on the back end, but Teuvo Teravainen up front as well. Some really talented players.
Mark looks to the end boards for Hellenius, who's slow to get to his feet. Now Sanderson brings it back. Jake Sanderson works his way in. In comes Berard with it. Shoots, and that was over the shoulder of Tappinen.
Berard's had a good game for the U.S. tonight. A Rangers 5th rounder. He's kind of a buzzsaw. Just always seems to be in motion.
And Takivi plays it in deep. That's knocked away by Wolf. Waiting for it is Berard. His dad, David Berard, was a goalie at Providence. Is now the coach at Holy Cross. And Lindell knocks that down. There was a hand pass call with 6:26 to go here in the third period.
The game is squeezed up and tightened up. The chances that were so readily available earlier are not there now. I would say both coaches are probably pretty happy with this being their only tune-up before the tournament.
Yeah, it's been an odd year in so many respects. A lot of these players haven't played much, especially on the U.S. side. And there's the quarantine, the bubble.
And the Finns, speaking of, are going to open up against the Germans, who are that's on Christmas night.
Wow.
Germany's going to get out of quarantine on the 24th. So it'll be a tough start for Germany.
USA Hockey is teaching more than just a game. We're teaching kids about
teamwork, confidence, fitness, fun.
Because every kid deserves a chance to play, love, and excel. Visit USAHockey.com to learn more about the great youth hockey opportunities available for your child. Because dreaming big is one thing, getting the right start is everything.
Drivers who fix their own cars just got a smarter tool to work with. The easy-to-use vehicle selector on CarParts.com. We put the exact part you need right at your fingertips. No guesswork, no hassle. Just enter the year, make, and model of your car. You'll save up to 50% and find the right part fast. Turning that smartphone into a parts store on demand where every part is guaranteed to fit. Get the right parts right now at CarParts.com.
So here's how the United States will have its preliminary round of this World Junior Championship. Tough opener against the Russians on Christmas night. Then Austria, the Czech Republic, and close out on New Year's Eve against the Swedes.
The Swedes running a 52-game preliminary round winning streak. Seems in jeopardy as they've had just such a real difficult time getting to the starting line here.
Yeah, I mean, at one point their team doctor was running a practice. They'd had so many positive tests. Of course, Thomas Monton, their head coach, tested positive, was not allowed even to come here.
Their top centerman is not available as well.
Yeah.
Yet, they've got an unbelievable blue line. They're not going to be a pushover.
And some forwards like Lucas Raymond and others who are lights-out goal scorers.
Well, I read today Mark Masters had done an interview with Alexander Holtz, stuck in quarantine. He didn't have a ball with him. He was stick handling an orange.
So I'm guessing by day 3 he's drinking orange juice.
It's a good thing it was him, though. He's got good hands. Some other guys there, that orange wouldn't have stood a chance. Wouldn't have got out of day 1.
That long shot drifts wide. I remember Stan Mikita's hockey drill book had a thing where you stick handle an egg. That never worked.
Yeah, maybe he could do it.
Boyle at first. Now loose puck at the finish line, and Patica back with it.
This is good work here for the U.S. too. Now, how do you defend a one-goal lead? And remember, these guys haven't played together, so the coaches are trying to find out who they want on the ice at this time, who can play this style comfortably.
Yemelo is taken down by Boldy. And Boldy knocked down Kuntala. And the puck back down to the finish zone. 4.5 to go here in the third period. Caulfield digging for it. And the Yemelo back to pick it up. Here comes Hellenius with it. He was poke checked there by Helleson. Pass by Vero, that missed the intended target, Hellenius. Helleson goes back, he's taking it hard into the inboards by Kohaka. And Hellenius spins back with it. Got the puck taken away from him by Brink. Bobby Brink, a centering pass. And Slanger turned away. Another chance. That's tapped wide. Skinner down to Brink. Bobby Brink tries to throw that back. And Kokkonen banks it off the glass, but not quite out. York kept it alive for a moment. And now Kokkonen swings back for it. Shots are 36-16 in favor of the United States. And now a chance for Turcotte walking in the backhand, shot at the goalpost. What a dash by Turcotte. He's had a couple of good looks here tonight. Lindell back with it. Rink wide he goes to Järventie. That's broken up as Turcotte has it back again. Turcotte throws that wide. Now has it back. Turcotte winds his way in front. He's taken down. And the puck is drawn out by Hirvonen. Lucia. Made that in the feet of Kokkonen. On the forecheck is Boldy trying to work that freight. Sanderson steps up. Jake Sanderson feeds across to Beniers. Look at Beniers walk in. In shoots, and the save made by Tapina.
These last two shifts have been excellent, and that was a terrific move by Beniers.
In comes Caulfield now, shoots at a sharp angle. Tapina makes the stop. Loose puck in front. Beniers couldn't reach it.
I love that Caulfield had the puck at the top, and he was going to find a shot if it took him all day. He ends up going all the way back around the outside to a sharp angle and gets a pretty good scoring chance out of it.
Now Boldy works his way in as the U.S. is changing. Boldy still on it. Shoots from a sharp angle. Topola shut down the near side. Bouncing puck loose in front. And Farinacci couldn't quite reach it. Chopped back in by Lacombe, but the puck was out of play.
Yamaha revs your heart.
Turcotte breaks in off the side. He's got a full head of steam. He finds the puck first before the Finnish defenders and goes up over Tapinen's shoulder and rings it off the crossbar.
Finns have called timeout here with 1:22 to go in the third period. Head coach is Antti Pennanen, first year as the head coach of their national junior team. He's kind of a good luck charm for him. He was an assistant coach in 2016 and 2019. Those are both gold medal winning years for the Finns. They'll open against the Germans on Christmas Day. Then Switzerland the 27th, Slovakia the 30th, and Canada on New Year's Eve.
You'd think the Finns get to New Year's Eve looking at that schedule that they'll be perfect by that time. You never know, I guess, but they're, we watched Austria today, and Germany's going to be, Germany's just getting out of quarantine. I mean, I can't even imagine how it's going to be for them. That leaves them the Czechs before they get to Canada.
Czechs have had some good results at the under-18 level in recent years. And the core of those teams is now part of their national junior team. One of the issues for young players in Finland has been so many players that were playing pro in North America have gone back this year that it's bumped a lot of the young Finnish players down the roster a little bit.
Less ice time, less responsibility.
So Heinola will log major minutes for this Finnish team. To the line, but not out. Kept alive by Faber. Slaggert on it. Throws it back in for Brink. Järventie on it now for the Finns. We'll try to get the goalie out as quickly as possible. Niemela drops that back. Lindell fires it in, and netminder Tapinen makes his way down to the Finnish bench. The extra Skeeter comes on. It's Simon Tyler. Moved by Niemela on a race for it. Now Turcotte getting there first. Turcotte looking for help. His teammates are changing. 30 seconds to go in the period. Lindell plays it back around for Simon Tyler. Hockey throws it through the middle. It's kicked off by Turcotte. A good save made in front by Heinola. Time winds down here in the third. Brought back across, a little backhand shot, and then open the scoring. Carson turned away there. Niemela winds and shoots. That's blocked. A chance down with the empty net. Boldy just misses as the horn sounds, and the United States wins its warm-up game by a score of 3-2.
That was a good hockey game. The U.S. with the two Cole Caulfield goals, 35 seconds apart in the second period. Turn out to be the difference in the game as the Finns get two power play goals, but a well-played tune-up game for both sides.
Next stop for these two teams is Christmas Day. The Finns will take on Germany, and the United States will close out the Christmas Day tripleheader with a much-anticipated game against Russia. These two teams who met in the quarterfinals last year and the gold medal game in 2019, both won by the Finns. And time now for the player of the game presentations and then the U.S. anthem.
The best players of each team is presented by Explore Edmonton, the visitor economy and venue management organization for Edmonton. Recipients will receive their award after they exit the ice. The best player of Team Finland est le numéro 7, number 7, Topi Niemela. The best player of Team USA est le numéro 13, number 13, Cole Caulfield. Et maintenant pour l'hymne national, for the national anthem of Team USA.